In the land of Liasha, where the great river kissed the edges of the whispering forest, lived a warrior named Ongoko Mwuzi. He was not born ordinary. It was said that when his mother carried him in her womb, the spirits of the ancestors visited her every night, promising that her son would be a protector of their people, but at a great cost. From an early age, Ongoko's strength was unmatched. He could lift boulders with ease, leap across rivers, and his spear never missed its mark. The elders of the village knew he was destined for greatness, and they forged a pact with the river spirits to protect him. His skin, they whispered, was not of flesh, but of stone. No weapon, no arrow, no spear could pierce his body. As Ongoko grew, tales of his invincibility spread across the region. He became the chief defender of Liasha, guarding the village against rival tribes and wild beasts. Warriors feared to face him in battle, for they knew their weapons would shatter upon his stone-like skin. One day, the neighboring kingdom of Muishi, jealous of Liasha's prosperity and protected by their fearless warrior, sent spies to uncover the secret of Ongoko's power. The spies returned with a plan. The Muishi king, wise and cunning, instructed his daughter, Princess Nandi, to marry Ongoko in order to discover the source of his invulnerability. Princess Nandi was as beautiful as the moon on a clear night, and when she arrived in Liasha, Ongoko was enchanted by her charm. They were married in a grand ceremony, and she became his beloved. For years, she lived among the Liasha people, never betraying her true purpose, waiting patiently for the day she could uncover his secret. One evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, Ongoko fell ill, a rare sight, for his health had always been as strong as his body. Nandi tended to him lovingly, but her curiosity was growing. As the fever worsened, Ongoko, in a moment of weakness, revealed the truth that not even the Liasha people knew. "My strength," he whispered, "does not come from my flesh, but from my shadow. If my shadow is harmed, I will perish." The moment the words left his mouth, Nandi's eyes gleamed with the knowledge she had sought for years. That night, as Ongoko slept, she sneaked out of the village and returned to the kingdom of Muishi. She revealed his secret to her father, the Muishi king, who immediately prepared his army for battle. When the Muishi warriors arrived at Liasha's gates, Ongoko, unaware of Nandi's betrayal, stood ready to defend his people. The warriors attacked him, but as always, their spears bounced off his stone-like skin. Ongoko fought with the might of 10 men, his shadow cast long behind him in the afternoon sun. But this time, the Muishi warriors aimed not at Ongoko's body, but at his shadow. One of them, a marksman with deadly precision, launched a spear directly at the heart of Ongoko's shadow. The moment the shadow was pierced, Ongoko let out a roar of pain. His stone skin cracked, and blood began to flow. With one final cry, the invincible warrior fell to the ground, his body crumbling like dust. The Liasha people mourned deeply, realizing they had lost not only their greatest protector but also to the treachery of one they had welcomed into their home. Princess Nandi, realizing the weight of her actions, wept bitterly, for she had grown to love Ongoko despite her father's orders. The river spirits, angered by the betrayal, cursed the land of Muishi. The great river dried up, and the whispering forest turned silent. But the Liasha people never forgot Ongoko Mwuzi, their spirit warrior. They believed that whenever the wind howled through the forest, it was Ongoko's spirit, watching over them still, protecting them from the enemies that sought their downfall.